Moon does here. Let's go over all the games on Friday night. The first game is the Pacers losing to the Jazz. The big news this game is Donovan Mitchell hurt his ankle. So he's going to be out for a few weeks. So there's going to be some pickups from the Jazz. For the Pacers, Justin Holiday is still getting the 25 to 30 minutes. He played 37 minutes last game. This game only 27, 5 points and nothing else. He is a streamer at this point with everybody healthy. This game, Miles Turner still missed the game. Sabonis played at the center, a monster line, 15 rebound, 7 assists, a steal and a block, and 7 for 7 from the free throw line. Bad from the field. Against Rudy Gobert, that's understandable, but the counting stats look really good. Karis LeVert, huge game. He's been really good in the last month or so. I thought he's just going to be an inefficient guy he's a 51st ranked player in the last month, averaging 19 points, and most importantly, 1.6 steals. Right, so it's mainly the points and the steal. He doesn't hit that many threes, 1.7 threes. And his efficiency it could be wackier from time to time. 82% from the free throw line in the last month. That's a bit high. I think he might just be like a 75%. But regardless, the steal numbers is really good. And the points. So those are his two main categories. This game, 2 steal and block, 24 points. And took 24 shots. So the usage is also super high for him. Good to see him. I didn't really expect that. He suffered the injury, missed out 3 months. 2 months coming back and started having huge games, a top 50 guy in the last month. I think he's more like a top 70, 80 guy maybe. If free throws holds up. Malcolm Brogdon did not have the best efficient night, but 4 assists, 16 points. He's fallen off every single year he does this, and the steal numbers, it's not existent. I thought this is a new year for Brogdon, but same thing. Just not getting any steals. 78th ranked player in the last month. 20 points, maybe a little bit low. He could be 22, 23, but that doesn't make that big of a difference. Right? The counting stat looked all fine. Hitting 3.4 threes, that's a bit high for him. 3.53, that's really high. So, and 76 from the free throw line is, is pretty bad for him. He should be a 90% free throw guy. 76 is very weirdly low on 3 attempts, but the volume is not high anyways. But mainly it's the 0.4 steals. Beginning of the season, he's averaging 1.7. That's like top 10 in the NBA. It's almost non-existent. For the season, probably averaging like 1 or 0.9. I think realistically for the rest of the season, maybe like 0.7, 0.8. The guy just doesn't really get that many steals. TJ McConnell does. For sure he does. Only played 22 minutes. He's a must roster, I think. Especially if you got a Draymond Green and you pounding points, he's so good. 8 assists, 3 steals. Really good. I would still hold on to him. In category leagues, of course. In points leagues, probably not. Jeremy Lamb played 25 minutes. He's been playing, the minute he's really up and down, so you could definitely stream Jeremy Lamb. They do have a back-to-back. For the Jazz, because Donovan Mitchell is going to be out for a while, you have to grab, and also Jordan Clarkson, did he come back? Yeah, he played. If Jordan Clarkson is out there on the waiver wire, you got to grab him, and you got to grab Bogdanovic, and you also got to grab Joe Ingles. Those 2 guys, you got to grab them off the waiver wire. Bogdanovic, he could still, but just give you some scoring points, threes and nothing else. But Donovan Mitchell takes how many shots a game? 20 shots, 20 field goals. By far the most number 1 guy. And Rudy Gobert is their second best player. Rudy Gobert is not known for their offense, so Bogdanovic and Ingles is going to take a little bit more ball handling. Bogdanovic is going to take a lot more shots. That's what I expect. Obviously, guys like Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, they're all going to get a usage boost. This game, Mitchell had 22 points before he exited. Hopefully, he come back before the playoffs. He's a young guy, and the X-rays all came back negative, so he should be okay. Just need to give some time. But your playoff started. You don't have an IR. It's time to drop, right? Rudy Gobert, great. 23 rebounds. If you got an IR, you put him in there for sure. 23 rebounds, a huge game from Rudy Gobert. 1 steal, 4 blocks, 13 points. Really good. Royce O'Neal, I think the Mitchell injury is not going to impact Royce O'Neal all that much. He's just still going to grab the rebound, get us some defensive stats, and hit some threes. Bogdanovic, on the other hand, I think he also had a pretty good game. This game, 9 for 16 from the field, 24 points, 2 threes, and a steal. But after the Mitchell injury, you got to grab him. And Mike Conley, I expect him to usage, the assists, the points to go up a bit. 0 rebound this game, 10 assists is really good. And a steal, 10 points. Joe Ingles also, you got to grab him off the waiver wire. I expect his minutes to also go up. Maybe hit 30 and really, really good source of threes, assists, and efficiency. Like his 3-point shooting percentage is crazy. Jordan Clarkson also, if he gets dropped, you got to scoop him up. Also, it's a good time, Mitchell getting hurt. He's gonna get a lot more usage. The next game is two tanking teams from different conferences. Detroit beat OKC 110-104. Darius Bazley, since coming back from the injury, the percentage is still very rough with this guy. Let's see, Bazley, is he ranked in the last month? Yeah, he's been putting up like okay efficiencies, but he's still ranked outside of 188. The counting stat looked okay, so I don't hate the idea of grabbing him. He's gonna have good, a lot of usage. We know the efficiency will be tough. He took 10 threes, hit only one of them. So if you are punting, honestly, both of his efficiencies are pretty bad, and he doesn't really get all that defensive stats. It's mainly the rebound. So if you want some rebound and a little bit scoring, I think he's a better option than guys like Marvin Barkley or Rui Hashimoto. Can give you a bunch of other stuff. Isaiah Roby, the minutes is pretty low for him. I don't know. This game it's not like it's a blowout, so I expect him to get 30 minutes, but he didn't. So if he didn't get 30 minutes, I'm not too interested. I don't think he's a must roster guy. Moses Brown, he's been splitting minutes with Tony Bradley. Sometimes he play 30, sometimes he play 25. Is he a must roster guy? I think if you want those rebounds and points, I think you gotta keep him on your roster, because any given night, he could go off for 15 rebounds. So that's just too good to drop. So I would say still a hold. Tony Bradley actually 22 minutes had a really good game. Still in a block, 9 points. Sorry, 11 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 7 rebounds. A really good game, great efficiency everywhere. He's a guy that you could stream for sure. But this other team, man, like Shea is still 2 weeks out. Meanwhile, Theo Malady is just firing shots away, 3 for 14 again. If you're punting field goal, I don't even know how much value is he giving you if you're punting field goal. Theo, he's not ranked inside of 200 in the last month. Could be a guy that's, you could stream him, been getting 30 plus minutes. And Lou Dort. Lou Dort is a pickup. He went off for 42 points. At this point, look at their Parker Shefty is also out. Look at their starting 5. Maybe Lou Dort is the best offensive guy on the. It's Lou Dort and Darius Bazley. Both guys are pretty bad in terms of their offensive game. But you gotta grab Lou Dort. He went off for 42 points the other day, and this game again had 3 steals and a block. He doesn't usually do that, but it seems like with everybody out, he's the number 1 guy. So you gotta grab him. For Detroit, Sadiq Bey has been playing really, really well. I think I would say he doesn't put up any sexy stats, but he's been getting a lot of steals. In the last month, still only the 123, ranked outside of 100. But lately, he's been getting a lot of steals. In the last month, only 0.9 steals. Let's look at the last 2 weeks. That's where he really took a big step forward. So D-Bay, okay, only 91st ranked player, but averaging 1.3 steals. And he's been shooting the ball, well, this game not so much. But, the fact that he took 20 shots doesn't really help his efficiency, but it seems like the volume is there. So I wouldn't hate it. And they had a 5-game last week. So I wouldn't hate it. I would go grab him. Isaiah Stewart is a pickup. This game we know, what's his name, is out. Mason Plumlee. Finally, it took them long enough. He's out. Isaiah Stewart starts, but who knows if I'm not 100% confident Isaiah Stewart gonna get 30 plus minutes moving forward. But either way, you gotta grab him. He grabbed 21 rebound here against a bad OKC team. I understand, like Detroit. It's 2 bad teams playing against each other. So they're gonna be inconsistent. But Isaiah Stewart, you gotta grab him. Mason Plumlee, who knows if Isaiah Stewart gets 25, 30 minutes, I think he needs to be rostered. Josh Jackson went off against a bad Thunder team. Great efficiency everywhere. Hit 2 threes, 2 steals and blocks, 7 rebounds, 29 points. Really, really good. But again, it's against OKC. And the minutes for him is really up and down. They're still playing like 4 guards, 5 guards. Killian Hayes, really, really good. Since coming back from the injury. In the last month, 114th ranked player. Averaging 1.8 steals. That is really, really surprising. I think before he got hurt, he averaged about 0.5, 0.6. The first game he came back, he had like 5 steals. And again, yesterday had 5 steals, 7 assists. In only 26 minutes, I would go and stream him. I wouldn't go grab him now. I would, whenever Detroit have a game coming up, either it's Sunday or Monday, I would go grab him there. Majority of his value last month has been steals, and I don't really trust it. But it's looking like pretty good since coming back, putting up like this game. Even though he only had 9 points, but the rest of the line looked really, really sexy. 7 assists, 5 steals, and a block. Frank Jackson 24 minutes, but this is not the guy we want. Diallo was out, and where's Corey Joseph? They were giving Corey Joseph huge minutes. This Detroit team, the rotation is weird. I think Sadiq Bey has been the only young guy that's been getting consistent minutes. So, this is the guy I trust the most. Everybody else's minutes is really up and down. And Wayne Ellington, every once in a while, he'll come in and play 20 minutes. The next game is the Clippers losing to the Philadelphia Sixers. Clippers, Paul George has been good. Sorry, not good. Has been really, really great. Kawhi was out this game. It's been 4 games he scored 30 plus. He was in a huge shooting slump. Really good. 37 points in the last month. Wow, after this game, he's the 12th ranked player in the last month. Really, really good. I thought he's just going to be in the 20 to 25 range because the low steal numbers. In this game, even in the last month, average 1.3. That's okay. But it's mainly he moved his scoring up, and now his shooting is at 47%. 6.1 assists is also really, really high. So late in the season, he struggled, for like a week or two, and now with also Kawhi was out, has been putting up huge numbers, really, really good. Marcus Morris Sr. with Kawhi out, we don't know when Kawhi is coming back, to be honest. Kawhi, he was questionable for 3-4 games now. He missed 3 games. I really expect him to play if it's not something serious. So I wouldn't go grab Marcus Morris Sr. Although Marcus Morris has also been playing really, really well with at least those couple games with Kawhi Leonard out. In the last month, he's actually the 98th ranked player, averaging 16 points and 3 threes. That's nothing to and shooting 55% from the field. That's really, really high. But he's being a really good source of points and threes. So I don't know if Kawhi comes back next game. I'm not too excited about Marcus Morris Sr. Zubac against Joel Embiid only played 15 minutes, 16 minutes. I say he's still a hold, and we don't know when Serge Ibaka is coming back, so he's still a hold for sure to me. The Sixers, they know they can't stop Joel Embiid, so they're just gonna go small versus him, which worked out okay. They only lost by 3 points. Luke Kennard got 18 minutes on it. Reggie Jackson, Kawhi Leonard out, got 37 huge minutes, but didn't really do anything fantasy-wise. Nicholas Batum has been putting up huge numbers. Again, this game he got 30 minutes. Didn't score a point. Guys like this and Draymond Green, if he punting points, it's not too bad. He grabbed you 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Just the other game, he had 5 blocks. In the last month, 100 ranked player, averaging a steal and a block. Like I said, the guys like this, majority of the value is going to be from the defensive stats. So if he pops off, getting 3 steals, 3 blocks, his value is going to be huge. Otherwise, no value. He's not giving you the points, or threes or assists. For the Sixers, man, Danny Green has been so good. I think that's why you hold on to him. Some nights he doesn't do anything. Give you 2 threes, 8 points, and no defensive stats. Some nights he give you this: 7 rebounds, 3 threes, 3 assists, 4 steals, and a block. In the last month, he's a 27th ranked player. So I think he's a hold. Don't drop him after 1 or 2 bad games. You just don't find that many guys on the waiver wire now can give you 1.4 steals and a block and hit 2 threes. You don't really find guys like that. And he gets consistent 30. He's going to play 30 minutes, close to 30. Some nights play 37 for 38 minutes. So, yeah. Joel Embiid, another great game. Joel Embiid is just so good this season. 36 points again, 14 rebound, great efficiency everywhere. Yeah. If he didn't get hurt for those 3 weeks, he would have been like by far the MVP guy. Jokic, sure, he played all season. But the Denver Nuggets record it's not as good as the Sixers, right? Even with Joel Embiid out, we see that Sixers, they kept winning. Ben Simmons, a really good game, 9 rebounds, 6. This is what we want to see from Ben Simmons. 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He should be averaging close to 2 steals and 2 blocks, 12 points. That's a good start. Matisse Thybulle, defensive specialist, play 23 minutes, give you 2 steals and block. That's what you want. Continues to be one of the few defensive streamers on the waiver wire. The next game is the Wizards beating the Pelicans. Oh boy, this game I think went to double overtime. This game went to one overtime. Wizards are looking good. They're going for that 9th spot even in the Eastern Conference. Where are they at? Well, they're still 12th, but at the moment, 10th seed, 11th seed, 12th seed, the Raptors, the Bulls, the Wizards, they all have the exact same record. So, yeah, and the Wizards, they won 3 straight. Let's see. There's a huge gap between the 9th seed and 10th seed, so whoever gets the 10th seed, it's between one of those 3 teams. Maybe Wizards can get it. Maybe. The Pelicans, this game, Brandon Ingram was great. 34 points and got 4 steals. That's really surprising. I've been seeing about this guy. One thing he's lacking is the defensive stats. If he can get the defensive stats up, watch out. After this huge game, 35th ranked player, that's where he should be, like in the top 30, top 35 range. Last month, pretty good. He's been pretty good. Zion Williamson, 21 points, a steal and a block. He's been putting up crazy numbers. This game was okay. Steven Adams took 1 shot, 2 blocks, 12 rebounds, continues to be a rebound streamer, and maybe a little bit blocks. Just know his free throw, he's going to hurt your free throw a lot. Eric Bledsoe, is he a must roster? I don't think he's a must roster. With the news that Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Josh Hart out, I thought, it's time to pick up Eric Bledsoe. Their guard rotation is really short, but it doesn't seem like he's putting up any level of... He hasn't put it together a nice stat game. So, the minutes is really high. All the opportunities there. He only took 6 shots. So I would say at this point, you could stream him, especially if they have a back-to-back. Lonzo Ball, 20 minutes. I don't know why the minutes is low. Did Lonzo Ball get hurt? No, he didn't get hurt. He just played 19 minutes. This guy, Najee Marshall, played 33 minutes. Who is this guy? He's a forward. Averaged 5 points, undrafted. He's an undrafted guy, 23. Wow. So this is an undrafted rookie coming in playing 33 minutes. Actually put up a great line. 16 points, 11 rebound, and 6 assists even, and two steals. Who is this guy? I don't know. I didn't watch the game. I don't know if they're gonna give this guy more minutes. Maybe they will. They got a lot of injuries at the moment. James Johnson, I would keep my eye on him. It seems like he's putting up some, and he was a plus 15. By far the best on the team. Maybe they're playing him more minutes. Let's see. James Johnson could be a defensive streamer. Had 25 minutes this game. And the Wizards, led by Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. Russell Westbrook continues to put up crazy counting stats. 36 points, 15 rebound, and missed the triple-double by 1 assist. But on the season, he's averaging triple-double. I think he's going for it. He's going for another triple-double season. That'll be 3 seasons in a row. Not in a row, but 3 seasons total. I don't know. Maybe Luka is another guy that I could see him do it. But if you want to average a triple-double, you got to go for it. Sometimes sacrifice for winning. You got to go get those triple-doubles. Bradley Beal, 30 points. 0 for 9 from the 3, and they still got the win. 6 points, no threes. Great efficiency from the free throw line, but really, really bad from the field. Since coming back, since the injury started, Beal hasn't been playing that well. And I think I thought he's going to run away with the scoring title, but now it looks like Curry's going to overtake it by the look of it. Rui Hashimoto, the minutes is also super high, but 3 for 13, 6 points. Not a must roster guy. And, you know, Davis Bertans, whenever Davis Bertans is playing, he's going to eat into Rui Hashimoto's minutes. Daniel Gafford is a guy that could potentially be a pickup. Play 26 minutes. He's by far the best fantasy center on this team. I think we know that. 7 for 11, 4 blocks. He blocks shots at a pretty crazy rate. Even when he was on the Bulls, he played 14, 15 minutes, blocked 2 shots a game. So, you know, we know the Wizards, they're very inconsistent with the lineup, but especially the center. But he's worth a look. If he played 20, 25 minutes, he could average 2 blocks, and that's really valuable. The next game, the Charlotte Hornets losing to the Brooklyn Nets. Nets scored 130 points. Crazy. Jalen McDaniels is a must roster guy, just like his brother. Getting the defensive stats is in their DNAs. 4 steals, 12 points. Let's say the 4 steals is, you don't care about what other stats he gave you. Obviously, he didn't shoot the ball all that well, but he played 30 plus minutes. Miles Bridges, wow, 33 points. I think you gotta pick him up now. I thought the opportunity is really there, and you know he's gonna be inconsistent. Sometimes he's gonna give you like 12 points and 5 rebounds, nothing else. Sometimes he'll pop off with all the injuries going on. You know, even like PJ Washington is also out, so everybody out. You gotta grab him. Number 2 guy behind Terry Rozier, it looks like, offensively. Took 18 shots, that's really good. Hit 6 threes, obviously. The Nets defense, they're not exactly, 2 steals and a block. Grab him. I think you got to grab him now after this game. Vernon Carey Jr. started. Okay, another guy, I don't know who it is. He started the center. He's a rookie. Wow. What's going on with their Biyombo coming off the bench? Yeah, there are Cody Zeller didn't play. Okay. What is Charlotte doing? They're the 8th seed. They're not trying to tank. They're trying to win. But it worked out. I will keep my eye on this guy Vernon as well. Is he gonna get 30 minutes? Because all the centers are healthy. Well, PJ Washington was out, but he's more like a power forward. Usually they start Biyombo or Cody Zeller. But Biyombo played 8 minutes and Cody Zeller didn't play. So okay, yeah, if he continues to get 30 minutes, I'll grab him. I'm gonna go grab him now. It's just one game, but I'll keep my eye on him. Cody Martin also got huge minutes. I know this guy he's a good fantasy guy, can get some rebound, assists, steals, and blocks. He did exactly that across the board. If he gets 30 minutes, he's another guy that I could potentially be interested. Good fantasy guys. Terry Rozier, went off 10 assists, 27 points. And Cody Martin's brother, Caleb Martin, got 30 minutes. They are twins, so their game should be pretty similar. So a lot of weird stuff going on with this with this team. I think a lot of guys could be streamed. I'll keep my eyes on all of them for this team. For the Nets, Kevin Durant, great. The minutes is creeping back up. 30 minutes now, 25 points and a block. 11 assists, by the way. With Harden out, I expect him and Kyrie to get a lot more assists. 3 rebounds, great efficiency everywhere. Yeah, that's what we know. We know when KD is playing, he's a top 5, top 6 guy. Average fantasy-wise, it's just... I think he's going to miss all the back-to-backs. I mean, we're almost at the end of the season. So, Jeff Green, 28 minutes. Sure. Him and Joe Harris, they could be streamers. DeAndre Jordan, now that LaMarcus Aldridge is out of the way, I could be potentially looking at Nicholas Claxton. DeAndre Jordan, those 2 guys, you could stream them. Kyrie Irving only took 11 shots. I guess a lot of their teammates went off. Had really pretty good 6 assists, 3 steals. Can't really complain when he had 3 steals. Blake Griffin 20. Hopefully Blake Griffin can contribute. Actually, in 20 minutes he got 2 steals and a block. You don't see Blake Griffin do that all that often, and he was a plus 22. So he's really contributed to winning. And Nicholas Claxton, now that Aldridge is out, sometimes he could be playing 25 minutes. He did not score a point this game, but 9 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block is good enough. He could definitely be a streamer, playing 20 to 25 minutes a night. And I think Harden is progressing well. So we'll see. 10 days, we are almost at the 10 days mark. Maybe he comes back next week. I don't know. They want to get some reps in with KD, Kyrie, and Harden playing together, heading into the playoffs. I mean, that should be the plan. But obviously, don't rush Harden back. Hammy issues are very tricky. The next game is the Raptors beating the Orlando Magic 113-102. Okay. Raptors, it looks like they're trying to tank, but they're still the 10th seed. But I guess to them, it doesn't really matter. They got a lot of veterans on the team. Playoff experience doesn't really matter to them. So that's why they rested everybody. And for a young team like the Bulls team, Zach LaVine never been to the playoffs. So it would be huge if he can get into a playoff and get those experiences in. For Orlando Magic, this game, Wendell Carter Jr. is the best guy on the team amongst roster, I think. Cole Anthony, finally he started. Just wondering, I think he's a pickup, but just to know that he's not. Don't expect like top 50 value from him. Maybe top 70, top 80. Every other game, maybe he can have a great game. This game pretty good. No defensive stats, but 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. I think one big problem with him is he doesn't get that many steals as a guard in the NBA yet. Maybe he will. In the next year or two. There's some guards in the NBA. The first year they don't get any defensive stats, and then the next year, I think Colin Sexton and Darius Garland they're good examples, right? Last year, none of those guys get any defense. This year they've been getting, okay, like averaging 1, right? Maybe next year they've taken another step forward. Colin Sexton has been averaging over 1 actually. I think. Garrett Harris, is he a must roster? 0 for 7 from he's pretty washed. I mean, he's still young, but with all the injuries, but 2 steals in the block looks okay. You could stream him. You could, Okiki is a guy that I don't hate. Keeping a pretty efficient guy. If you got an efficient team, sure, you could roster him. Otherwise, stream him. And Terrence Ross, is he still must roster? There was a period of time for like a week or two, he was averaging 20 shots a night. Now it's 6 points, a block. Not a must roster. For the Raptors, another young guy, I don't know, Paul Watson, a forward. Let's look at who this guy is. Paul Watson. And he drafted. He's not the rookie. He's a 26-year-old. Yeah. At the end of the season, you just see these guys pop up and put up huge lines. 10 for 13, 30 points. Completely went off. But when all the guys come back next game, I wouldn't. He's not gonna play this many minutes. Chris Boucher, great. Now he's starting at the power forward position. The worry with starting at the power forward is that maybe he doesn't get as many blocks, but looks okay. 30 minutes, 2 blocks, 7 rebounds, 11 points. I think he's obviously a must roster. Cam Birch, also, you gotta grab him. I think maybe just playing the Raptors system, you just get more defensive stats. When he was on the Magic, he didn't get really all that much. But the very limited sample size that I've seen with Cam Birch, he's been getting a lot of defensive stats. 1 steal and 3 blocks this game. I think you grab him and see what happens. Fred VanVleet finally came back. The minutes is low. That's fine. 22 minutes. They don't have that many. I mean, they're clearly trying to tank. So I don't know how many more minutes they're gonna give to Fred VanVleet and guys like Kyle Lowry. I'm pretty sure they won't give him 38 minutes a night, maybe 30 minutes. So that's going to impact his production just a little bit. But in 23 minutes, he get 2 blocks again. Fred has just been crazy getting the blocks. Malachi Flynn, I think he's a must roster. Maybe Kyle Lowry comes back, but both guys come back. I expect Malachi Flynn coming off the bench, play those guard minutes, maybe 25 minutes still. He's a pretty good fantasy guy. This game, struggle shooting the ball, 0 for 4, 3 for 12, but the 8 assists and 2 steals. I think he's still a must roster guy. Let's look at the next game. The Grizzlies beating the Bulls. Oh, we got so many games. Got 5 more games to go over. The Grizzlies, sure, they're looking pretty okay. 8th seed. It would be good if they can move up to the 7th seed, so they don't have to play a playing tournament. But looks like, can they catch the Mavericks? I'm not sure. And they're still without JJJ. That's really good for a Grizzlies team without JJJ all season to be the 8th seed. JJJ should at least help them win maybe 2 or 3 more games. And that's a 6th seed right there. Next season, who knows? At some point, the young core, they're going to take a big step forward. Dillon Brooks played really well. 12 for 19, a steal, 4 threes, 32 points. As I said many times, if you're punting field goal, I don't hate the idea of a roster Dillon Brooks. Kyle Anderson, the minutes is low. But I don't know, he's like a Thaddeus Young now. Played 20 to 25 minutes, putting up huge lines. 6 points, that's okay. But 1 steal, 2 blocks, 7 assists, 11 rebounds. Man, this guy has been a beast. In the last month, let's take a look. Anderson. Yeah, 41st ranked player. What else can you say? I think you hold on to him until JJJ. I mean, who knows when JJJ is coming back. They said end of month, so we'll see. If it's the beginning of the May, the season is almost over, man. Why? No, maybe they try to bring JJJ back in the playoffs. That's a possibility. For Valanciunas has been on a tear lately. This game did not have the best game. But 7 for 9 from the field, 16 points. Finally, he got a fewer than 10 rebound game and 5 assists. Looks pretty good. Grayson Allen, not a must roster. We know that. Ja Morant, 32 minutes. 15 points. Just very mediocre numbers for Ja Morant. Again, no defensive stats. Bad efficiency everywhere. 10 over free throw and only hit 1 3. So his fantasy game is really, really not so good. And all the bench guys, I mean, there's some good fantasy guys, but just not enough minutes. For the Bulls, Patrick Williams was getting decent defensive stats. The minutes is there. Only had 1 steal. And he's not a must roster guy, we know that. Daniel Theis started. What is up with Daniel Theis and Thaddeus Young? Oh, Thaddeus Young was out. Oh, no, never mind, he played. So these two guys basically splitting the power forward minutes. They are starting Theis and then make Thaddeus Young coming off the bench. I don't know what difference does it make. Maybe, I don't know. But they basically, they should play in the same roles, just playing some defense and, grab some rebound, that kind of stuff. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Not a must roster guy, we know that. Vucevic, 24 points, 14 rebounds, continues to get crazy counting stats. Efficiency-wise, not so good. And Zach LaVine is going to be out. So I expect Zach LaVine is going to be out for 2 weeks. If your team is in the playoffs, I don't know what to do with Zach LaVine. You hold. If the matchup is close, coming down the wire, and you really need that extra spot, then it's a drop, right? Otherwise, if you're going to lose, if it's not close, then there's no point dropping. Give Zach LaVine to somebody else, right? If you're going to lose anyways. Garrett Temple, 25 minutes. Not too interesting. I think Kobe White is a pickup now. Played 33 minutes. Obviously played really, really well this game. Zach LaVine is going to be out. And Satoransky. Where is Satoransky? Satoransky just didn't play this game. What? Or maybe he was out. Yeah, he was out the last game. But I think with Zach LaVine out, maybe they wanna make Satoransky come off the bench. They need more offensive power. Kobe White finally had a great game. I would go grab him and see what happens. Laurie Markkanen continues to get 20 minutes, so gotta drop him if you got him on your team. And Thaddeus Young continues to put up crazy per minute numbers in 22 minutes, 17 points, 8 for 15, good efficiency, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. He's been so good, so I would still hold on to him. The next game, Denver Nuggets, easy work. Beating the Rockets. Michael Porter Jr., 21 points. He's been averaging. Where's Michael Carter Jr.? In the last month, 36 ranked player, sure. I mean, he could even do better. Why only averaging 0.4 steals? I think he should be at least a 0.8 steals guy. If that happens, he's already top 30. So good. If he punting assist, obviously lately he doesn't really give you any steals. But I think let's talk about next year theoretically. If he playing punting assists, he's really good. He gets 0 assists, but everything else is really, really good. In the last month, averaging 21 points, 8.5 rebound, 2.5 threes. Sure, he can do all of that. If he punting assists, he's really, really good. The defensive stats is a bit lacking the last month, but I expect him to get, those numbers should come back up. This game had 1 steal, 4 threes. Good, really. Another great efficiency night. Aaron Gordon, the minutes is low. Is he a must roster? This game was out of reach. I know that for sure. Ever since joining the Nuggets, his efficiency has been good, but the volume is not there. So I would go ahead and drop him, to be honest. And the minutes is up and down. I was saying maybe it's a hold to see, wait to see, what happens. But yeah, having to play with all the guys, if you don't get, so the usage is not going to be high, and you're not going to grab that many rebound or assists. So it comes down to the defensive stats. And Aaron Gordon is not a big defensive guy. Every once in a while, maybe sure, he could go up for 3 steals, 3 blocks. But most nights, I don't think he's a must roster. Jokic against the bad Rockets team, 10 for 12. What else can you say about this guy? 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. A monster guy. Continue to be number 1 guy, and don't miss any games. Most importantly, Will Barton, he's he's struggling shooting the ball. But consider Jamal Murray just out for season. He should. I mean, this game was a blowout. He played the second most minutes on the team, so I would still hold on to him. Monty Morris, Facu Campazzo, those 2 guys, you could stream them for some assists. Now that Jamal Murray was out, but now those guys are gonna have great value. I think Jokic is gonna handle the ball a bit more. For the Rockets, Jason Tate again went off, 21 points, really good field goal, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Really good. In the last month, where's Jason Tate? 61st ranked player, averaging 1.4 steals. Yeah, the steal numbers is really high. He's a pretty good defender. We know that. 0.6 blocks. I was. I would have expected a bit more blocks, maybe 1 steal, 1.1 steal. But obviously, it's looking good. You can grab him for sure. Kelly Olynyk, a blowout, 27 minutes. Still great. 23 points, a block, a must-roster guy. The guy has top 30 upside. He's been doing it in the last month. Top 30 guy in the last month. Christian Wood had 5 personal fouls against the Joker. That's understandable. He has not been good coming back from ankle injury. I think the ankle injury definitely is bothering him a little bit, for sure. But as long as he's healthy, you can't ask too much. And if he can hit his free throws, that would be nice. Kevin Porter Jr. playing alongside John Wall also had a horrible game, minus 23. That's why if you sold high on him the first 3 games, congratulations. Now you hold. He's gonna have rough games like this. But next game he could just go off. Also against a good Denver team. If they play Detroit, they play OKC. Come back and check what stat Kevin Porter Jr. is putting up. John Wall continues to play, and this game, what a shit game. 7 turnovers, 10 points, and nothing else. Is he a must roster? He's not a must roster. Yeah, that's it for the Rockets side. Let's move on to the next game. The Miami Heat. That sucks. Losing to the Timberwolves. Supposed to be a revenge game for Jimmy. Again, Karl Anthony Towns. This Heat, they're still the 7th seed. They want to get out of the 7th seed because I think the 7 to 10 they gotta play in playing tournament. I don't know the rules, but it would be nice if they can catch up to the Knicks. They lost 3 straight. Jimmy Butler had something. He hurt his ankle, so you see 100%. But from the stat perspective, another great line. Jimmy Butler has been so good. Ignore the first 2 weeks. He's a top 10 guy, maybe top 7, top 8 on a per game basis at least. 3 steals and a block, 8 assists, 10 rebounds. I don't know what else to say about Jimmy Butler. In the last month, 6th ranked player. Let's check the last 2 months. In the beginning of the month, he played 2 games, got sick or got hurt, came back, got sick, got COVID. In the last 2 months, he's the 3rd ranked player. It was even better than I thought in the last 2 months, averaging 2.2 steals. Man, if you're punting, he's gonna do something real quick. If you're punting threes, is he better than Curry? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. If you're punting threes, because threes is Curry's best category. So, Jimmy Butler is a god, basically, if you're punting threes. But he was already the 3rd ranked player in the last 2 months in 9 category leagues. He's a guy who also doesn't turn the ball over that much. Trevor Ariza had one of his best games, played 36 minutes. He could be a streamer. Don't get fooled by this just one good game. He had like 10 bad games in a row. For Ban, 33 minutes. Did not play the best game. No defensive stats, 17 points. 7 for 8 from the field is good. Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero. Those 4 guys are splitting the guard minutes, and then you gotta wait for Oladipo to come back. So now those guys is must roster. You could stream them. For the Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell, is he gonna start? I'm starting to think no. How many games they have left? So meanwhile, you just hold Ricky Rubio. He's still giving you good stuff. 4 assists, 2 steals, 17 points this game. So I think you hold on to Ricky Rubio until D'Angelo starts, and Ricky Rubio gets 20 minutes in 3 straight games. That's why you drop him. Anthony Edwards now is at the shooting guards. 1 steal, 5 assists. Didn't have the best game, 12 points. He's obviously still a hold. He was a plus 19, so he's the reason they won the game. Maybe he played some great defense. I don't know. Karl Anthony Towns, 24 points. He missed the last 2 games. He fouled out actually, but they got the win. 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And really bad from the free throw line, but Cat plays. He's a top 5, top 6 guy. We know that. Jaden McDaniels only played 15 minutes. What is going on? I don't know why he only played 15 minutes. A lot of the minutes went to Naz Reid and Juancho Hernan-Gomez, but Jaden McDaniels is still a hold for sure. It just one game. And D'Lo continues to come off the bench, continues to play 25 minutes. 11 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. If he only played 23, 24 minutes, is he a must roster? I know like when he put up pretty stats. Like he could average 25 points and 3 for threes. But he's a guy that not good efficiency-wise, not good from the free throw line as a guard. Doesn't get that many assists. Get decent steals, I would say, to be fair to him. Doesn't get rebound or blocks and high turnover guy. So he's like a Darius Garland, like just point guard, but with worse free throw. So you see a must roster guy playing 25 minutes? I don't think so. So if you're in a playoff tight matchup, don't look at D'Lo as a top 50 guy. He's not. So I would, if you need the spot, need more playing, need some big man stats, I would be okay moving on from him. Naz Reid played 22 minutes, but yeah, because Cat got had foul trouble all game. So I wouldn't go, as long as Cat is playing, I wouldn't go grab any of the big guys. The next game, the Portland Trailblazers got a very close win over the San Antonio Spurs. This game, Derrick Jones Jr. played. He was a -20. He was horrible. He could be a defensive streamer only. Robert Covington looked really good. Who cares? He only took 5 shots, 2 threes, 3 steals, and a block. Lord has been insane after the early season struggles. In the last 2 months, he's the 14th ranked player, averaging 1.5 steals and 1.9 blocks. Really, really good. Jusuf Nurkic. It seems like he's just going to be on the minute restriction rest of the way. He played 22 minutes while Ernest Cantor played 25. I was wrong. I didn't expect Jusuf Nurkic to come back. Play healthy, play 22 minutes, while Cantor get more minutes than him. I think both guys is a hold probably at this point. I wouldn't be surprised, Nurkic doesn't play over 30 minutes at all this season. They just want to be safe with him. And for a guy, if he doesn't play over 30 minutes, is he a must roster? He's not a must roster. The guy has the upside, but if he never gets there, at this point, I mean, yeah, what else can you say? 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He's a guy, this is what I like him. He can do a bit of everything. As a center, he can get assists. He gets the blocks, he gets some steals, right? But if he doesn't deliver, then can't hold on to it. Norman Powell, great game. This game, Damian Lillard was out, so Norman Powell gets a usage boost. Took 17 shots, 2 threes, 22 points, a steal and a block. Still a hold. While CJ McCollum went off, 29 points, 6 assists, a steal and a block. But I think Dame's injury is not that serious, so I would expect him to come back next game. While Ernest Cantor continues to grab 13 rebounds. Great efficiency everywhere, but nothing else. For the Spurs, DeRozan still putting up huge lines. 10 assists, 4 rebound, still in the block, 26 points. Look really good. Keldon Johnson at this point is just a rebound streamer, I think. Could grab you 6-7 rebound a game, but nothing else. 2 steals is good, but not a must roster guy. We know that. Jacob Poeltl, 8 rebound, 3 blocks, and had 17 points. Really, really good efficiency. Really good. Like he could average 10 rebound and 2 blocks rest of the way. As I said many times, he's a must roster guy. Don't drop it. Every once in a while he might struggle, have like 2 points and 5 rebounds with 1 block. That happens, but against some bad teams, he could have 5 block shots and 15 rebounds. Who knows? If they play the Wizards. Derek White continues to, he hasn't put together one nice game. Averaged like 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. This game is 3 blocks. That's really, really good. But everything else is pretty disappointing. And he continues to struggle from the field. Hit 3 threes though. But he's also a must-roster guy, I would say. Dejounte Murray, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, still looks pretty good. But this season, his efficiency has been pretty bad. But the rebound, the assist, the steals, the block, this guy doesn't get blocks. But mainly it's as a point guard, he gets some rebound, gets some assists. Although the assist hasn't been high. So I would say overall, Dejounte Murray has not been, he's okay. Maybe top 60, top 70, but just want to see him get more defensive stats and more assists mainly. Let's look at the last game of the night. The New York Knicks beating Luka. What was the score? 117-109. Julius Randle, MVP. How many games did he miss this season? He's been healthy all season, playing the most minutes in the entire NBA, right? And we are closing in onto the season and still putting up huge lines. 44 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. The free throw is a concern whenever he gets tired. I think we know that. Everything else looks really, really good. I don't know what else to say. Nerlens Noel is a must-roster guy. 10 rebounds, no steals, but 3 blocks. He's a must-roster guy. With Mitchell Robinson out. And RJ Barrett played 46 minutes. Did this game go to overtime? I don't think so. I don't think this game went overtime, but he played 46 minutes? Wow. 8 rebounds, bad free throw percentage. Like I said, he's not a must-roster guy for RJ because he's inefficient and he doesn't get all that much defensive stats. Right? In points league, sure. If he played this high minutes, I wouldn't hate just roster him, see what happens. And all the guards, Emmanuel Quigley got 5 minutes. Payton got 23. And none of them is master roster. D-Rose also had an okay game, 15 points, 5 assists and a steal, but none of them is a master roster. None of them is master roster. For the Dallas Mavericks, let's look at the role players first. Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber had an okay game, 1 steal and 2 blocks versus the Knicks. And Josh Richardson, 2 steals, 2 blocks. That looks really good. Back when he was on the Miami Heat, he's a defensive specialist. But ever since that, last year on the Sixers, he doesn't get any defense. Over here, obviously good. Could be a streamer. Tim Hardaway Jr. as well. Luka, again, 6'10" from the free throw line, had 19 assists. They lost the game. Luka's free throw issue, I don't know. It's he's got to fix it this summer. I don't know if it's fatigue or whatever it is. He's got to do something to change it. You can't. If you want to be one of the top guys in the NBA, I guess LeBron also struggled from the free throw line, but Luka, come on. I don't know if this is something he will fix in the years to come. Porzingis, great game, 23, 12 rebound, still in 2 blocks. Continues to be in and out of the lineup, but whenever he plays, he's putting up the top 30 at least. Top 30 values. Yeah, actually, 17th ranked player in the last 2 months. So can't really complain. I remember back when him and JJJ, they should be come back around the same time. Their game is pretty similar, to be honest. Porzingis gets more rebound, for sure. But everything else, I think their game is pretty similar. Maybe JJJ hits more threes even. But had high hopes for JJJ this season, just didn't happen. But Porzingis great. 17th ranked player whenever he plays. He just missed a lot of games. I think it's going to be an issue for the rest of his career. He's just going to miss a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of injury issues. That's it for all the games. I'll see you guys tomorrow.